But yeah, it's I don't know. It should not be, in my opinion, as expensive to go to Hershey Park as it would to like spend the day at Disney. It's ridiculous. It fucking.
Dude, you are fading in and out mad core all of a sudden. I think it's the music you're playing. I think you're playing music.
I'm playing music. Let me play the music, Tan, and then I'll kick it in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, just say live.
All right.
We're ready.
All right.
Set me to take us in. Play us out.
Live.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
And live.
Well, you know, it's Sting is going to be. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. So you're going to Hershey Park? A couple days.
I am. Is my audio fixed now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. The music's playing. Everything's working. Yes. In a few days. And going to spend way too much money.
No, you see that. There's ways to save. I mean, Grant, like, you know, the kids are on an I want kick, and ooh, I want this, and ooh, I want that. But I mean, you know, you can bury some ham sandwiches in a backpack.
Oh yeah, with cheese too, if you want.
You know, yeah, that's a way to do it. Really, honestly, like the security guards that I've ever dealt with going through there, they're really just looking for alcohol, making sure you're not smuggling that into there.
Yeah.
And drugs and firearms. You know, and they just go in with their little stick. But if they say no outside food, you just take your sandwiches out and you're like, okay, kids, we're going to eat real quick and then we're going to go in the park.
I think last year when we took them, I think literally like, and we had backpacks, we all did. I think even one of the kids did. Like the security guards are always like 40-year-old females and they never check your bags and then you just walk by. It's so lax.
They stick like a stick in there.
Yeah, they poke a stick around.
Yeah, they just like poke a little bit here, poke a little bit there, and they're like, okay, you can go. That's cool. Let me poke a stick in there.
It just seems like more and more I see people with like jobs as a security guard that have no business being a security guard. So it's like, what's the fucking point? Like, why? What are the credentials in these fucking places, for Christ's sake? You know?
I mean, they're really like, they are poking it down in there though, because I've talked to a couple of them. They're looking for metal. And if they hit metal, then they're going to be like, take your bag out, because they're looking for weapons.
I swear to God, though, it was like a sea of people. She didn't check anybody, not even the stick. She just like, how you doing? Come on in. She was so nice and friendly and just standing there, like her hand on her hip. Could have brought anything in there. Could have brought a bomb.
Oh, yeah, I know. The last time, like, we went in, we were like, man, we could have brought, like, a whole bottle of vodka in here with us, and I don't think anybody would have fucking cared.
Yeah. You could just walk around. So, you never see security walking around except for, like, the entrance.
Well, security might be like, we got a problem in Sector G. Couple carrying a vodka bottle, and they are stumbling. Gonna have to go get them. They're right outside of the boat that makes everybody vomit. You know what I mean? Like
Tidal Force, or whatever the fuck it's called. What is that goddamn ride called? You know what I do? I do notice myself when I take my kids now to like theme parks I went to as a kid. And you know how theme parks expand now, and it's not the same as when there's more shit. I find myself being that curmudgeon kind of to my kids, like, well, I didn't have this, and I went to enjoy. Like, and I don't mean to, but They didn't have the water park when we were kids.
Dude, no. Now they've got this thing called the Three Towers. Get this shit.
All that shit.
Well, no. I'm giving you a warning. If you get on this ride, watch your balls, man.
Your balls,
especially if you get on the tallest one, because you know it's one of those seats that has like that erect penis thing like built into it, where like, you know, it already smashes your nuts when you get into it. But then whenever you get up, lift it up in the air, and you have that moment of 0G where you're floating and then you're just forced back down, like you are going to sit on your cock and balls.
I mean, it could be a moment zen too, depending on your orientation.
Yeah, like build yourself like, I mean, I would highly recommend putting your hand down your pants, giving yourself your own jock strap, and protecting yourself. Like, you know, if they walk up to you while they're like, making sure, why is their hands down your pants? And they'd be like, my friend Tannen told me this smashes nuts. I'm just, you know, I'm protecting myself.
Tannen, speaking of smash that like button, because we are back. The reset button live. I think it's 25, episode 25 time, Tannen. I think we made it to the.
Are we at 25?
I believe
Holy shit, 25 alive. coming to you.
We tried to get Lou Scally to come on, and only Tan and I are the only ones in the world to get that reference, but we could not, but we are back.
Hey, well, today's weather, and it's going to be a mustery one out there, so go ahead and make some pancakes. I don't know, he used to make the cheesiest fucking jokes when he was younger.
Shout out to our local weatherman growing up, Lou Scally. Tannen, welcome back, man. How was your week? All that good stuff. Where can everyone check you out? How's it going?
Everything has been good so far this week. You can check me out at Otannen's Bum at Twitter, even though I haven't gotten on there recently since I reformatted my phone. But I will be fixing that here momentarily. You can also check me out on Facebook, Tannen Paul. If you're a Nazi, stay away from me, because I don't want you around at all. Fuck you.
We've got a few people in the chat already, Tannen. We got to remember we're live because we never do this live. I want to say hi real quick to our buddies Honey S. Thompson, Megan Starr, and Logan Myers. What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by. And
oh, wow.
They're definitely not Nazis, so glad to have you here.
I'm very glad about it.
Oh, yeah. And thank you for smashing that like button hard, Megan. I appreciate it. You can find me on Twitter, as always, at TheHibickyTMD. Hit that subscribe down here at HibickyTMD on YouTube, and check us out on Facebook. But Tannen, like I said, it's been a minute, hot off the heels of our toys and TNC surf escapades. We're back. I've got a shitload of new games this week, actually. I've given my PS4 mad love, way more than it's gotten in the last few months.
I got a good grab, though, too, this week. Go ahead with yours, and show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Well, I finally picked up. I know it's going to make you happy. Now I just got to get my shit together and get my online together so we can play as Injustice 2.
Yes!
Yes. Everything you mentioned on a prior episode, your little mini review on it, I got to agree with 100%. There's tons of meat to it as far as extras. The presentation, flat out, I thought Mortal Kombat X was tremendous. I'm going to say this is the best I've ever seen in any fighting game to date. Just the way the super move cutscenes translate into I've yet to play Tekken 7, though, so I may need to wait a second before I make that an official statement, but that's what I'm going. It's an amazing game, flat out. It's super fun. My kids love it. I'd much rather have them play this than Mortal Kombat, so that's good for them. Also picked up...
a little less violent, a little bit more for the kiddies.
Yeah.
Superheroes.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I also picked up, it's a little outdated, and it's a sports game, but MLB The Show 2017. I'm a sucker for baseball games, and I think the main thing, Tannen, in this game that really drew me in, and it's tremendous, there's a retro mode where it's like a hybrid, but the presentation and the music and everything, because he's the poster boy of the game, Ken Griffey Jr. for Super Nintendo, it's a remake of that with HD graphics. It's like in the game. So you get two, and it's fucking awesome. So
I need to get that game now.
Yep, it's old school controls too for that mode. It's not like you don't gotta like change all these million pitches. It's just you control it with the D-pad. It's awesome. Yeah, I need to bring that over sometime because I think you'd enjoy that mode.
Good and simplified. Yeah, no, I had no idea that existed. So that's fucking awesome. I tried to play MLB The Show years back because I wanted to create a Kenny Powers character, and it can be done. You can get on YouTube. People have created Kenny Powers. But it just wasn't as much fun, and I didn't want to put as much work into it. So, like, that really fizzled out.
How many mullet options were there for a Kenny Powers?
I want to say probably 4 at least.
Nice. It's a lot of mullets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can even get Cornrow Kenny Powers from Season 3 on there if you want to.
DLC, Cornrow Kenny Powers. And finally, Tannen, the game that, quite frankly, surprised the shit out of me, Dragon Quest Builders, which on paper... I didn't read any reviews on it, really. I just kind of gave it a pass because the name itself just seems like this cash grabby. You know what I'm saying? Like this half-assed Dragon Quest. No, it's completely not that. It's not a dungeon builder like you messaged me earlier this week. At first, I was like, yeah, I think it's going to be like, but no, it's a hybrid of Minecraft and Zelda combined. That's the best way to describe it. It's like they had sex with each other, and out came this game. My God, I highly suggest getting this game to Tannen. It's a time sink. It's tons of time. Like I said, it's like Minecraft, but it's not as, I don't know. I like Minecraft, but I've never like dove in fully with Minecraft because I was always kind of afraid that I'd never climb out. It's got that addicting appeal definitely, but I don't think it's as life consuming as Minecraft. So that's good. And the Zelda exploration combat appeal is executed fine, and it's awesome, and it's a good balance and mixture. And I find myself discovering new shit in it more and more every day. It's going to take me forever forever to beat that game, Tannen. But yeah, you should definitely check that game out.
I'm very intrigued by it. As soon as you showed it to me, like I was just like, "Holy shit, what is this?" I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
So
excellent.
that was quite a surprise whenever you had texted me that.
And goddamn it, Mega Man 6, the video footage is captured. I beat it. I just got to edit it now and put it up on the channel. But that's it. That's all. It's. Whew. I feel like that's more than I played in like the past 2 months on the show. What have you been playing this week?
It's not so much what I've been playing due to time, but man, dude, did we get a hell of a grab. Karen's mom has decided to move, so Karen's going through all these boxes of stuff, old photos, everything like that, and what she found was a gold mine of Sega Saturn games.
Ooh.
We have the Sega Saturn, but we never had any games for it. And now we've got like 12 games, including the original Virtua Cop with the, the book-sized, big-ass CD case with the manual. I mean, I blew my fucking mind when she brought it home. Like, I was like, holy shit, look at this. So Sega Saturn will be one that gets hooked up back here in my room soon enough on the old box TV. I'd rather play it on that than, trying to play it on the big HD. And I really want to like try to get into some Saturn games just to be able to kind of review them a little bit more. But man, dude, that was a really good find. I mean, she'd been saying for years, like, we have a shit ton of Saturn games. And I'm like, I've never seen them at your house, and it got discovered.
Real quick, Tannen, shout out to Kelly Austin Moon in the chat, Elise Cody, and Broski from First Thing in the Morning. Thank you guys for stopping by. And Broski is dying to know when we're going to talk about NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, apparently.
Give us about 20 more minutes. I wish there was an NSYNC versus Backstreet Boys game on the Saturn that I could say, hey, I got it, but they never made that.
Make it like Clay Fighter.
Or like Spice World on the PS1, which I picked up a copy of that this past week too, for no other reason other than the fact, yeah.
Well, now you're Broski's favorite podcaster because he loves the Spice Girls. I know that for a fact.
Oh, really? Dude, I have Spice World on PS1.
Oh my God, you've got to bring that over. You've got, or
like,
vice versa,
dude,
or whatever.
It's from my understanding, I haven't played it yet, but it's like PaRappa the Rapper, where it's button prompt. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. Which is kind of exactly what it should have been. That's a good. At least it didn't like make it like Charlie's Angels, like that Abomination or something.
That was from what my understanding was, looking at the back of the jewel case. But anyway, no.
Those goddamn backs of jewel cases, they got me so bad with Space Jam. I'm just saying. I know I've vented about that game, but
another good haul was I actually picked up for the PS2. It's called the Sega Genesis Collection, not to be confused with like the Sonic Mega Collection. Or no. It's called the Sega Collection, not the Sega Genesis Collection. Sorry, not to confuse everybody. The Sega Collection. They took all these games, right? Like blah blah blah. Like anything that you can really find on the Sonic collection, right? Golden Axe, games like that. And they put a 3D rendering to them and put them on the PS2 years ago. And I did snag a copy of that this past week as well. So I definitely have a lot to kind of go through, especially with that one too, I feel, because they're like revamped. They're like redone Sega games that I guess you can't get your hands on now outside of that. They never made them available to download.
Say what you want about how Sega ended with like its original IPs and stuff back then or whatever. Lately, they are knocking it out of the park with re-release. They always have been. There was a PS2 collection, Genesis collection. Ever since then, and like these collections are tremendous. They put out the Crazy Taxi on mobile we talked about. They're just doing a great job with that. They're taking care of the retro stuff.
Yeah, and dude, I'm a big fan of compilation discs. Man, I got a shit ton of them, especially the Midway ones. I love them.
What would you say like those like that era was your favorite, like from the Midway collections, the Neo Geo, because for me it was the Neo Geo collection for PS2.
Well, I mean I even have Title Legends 1 and 2. Like it's just the fact that I can load up any arcade game on my console and play it. Like consoles that are games that I can't find anywhere else anymore, unless I have like a arcade emulator. But I do like the fact that I have a physical disc.
Right.
Can put it in and
Or if you've got you don't have $300 extra to spend on Magician Lord for Neo Geo, you don't, because I get it. Like when people give you shit for like emulating a game, or whatever, it's like, were you going to buy me a copy of it? No, and some games are just that rare anymore. It's hard to get it.
In the discs especially, and I mean, I always keep my eye out, especially for arcades, because it is fun to pop one in and just pretend like you're in an arcade. You stand up in the middle of the living room and you face the screen. You can't sit down. That's like a rule in this house. You have to stand up to play this game.
Yeah.
And
I never sit down to play fighting games, I've noticed. Like, I always have to stand. Or I find myself ending up standing. I'm like, oh shit, I'm standing. I don't even realize it, like, in the moment.
You start sitting down, and then once you start beating ass, you stand up to keep it up.
Only with, like, couch co-op or online. Not, like, single-player story mode or whatever, just that.
No, Injustice 2 makes me do that every time I play it. Like, I'll start out on the couch like, oh yeah, like, look at this guy. That's cool. Doucher 101. Fine. Cool. I'll go up against you. And it's just like, I'm standing up yelling at the TV like, oh, yeah, come on.
Yeah. We don't need fancy pants motion controllers to get off the couch to get motivated. Speaking of which, kind of, I guess that segues to Nintendo's stuff they had going on from last week. News coming out. Nintendo being sued for their Joy-Cons and the Nintendo Switch, the likeness of them. Due to likeness from the Wikipad people claiming that they own the patent and the properties or whatever. I don't think they're going to win. Like we said off air, good luck going against the Big N. If
good
anything,
luck with your lawyers. But hey, did you ever follow up? Because remember, they got sued for the 3DS as well. The people that patented the screen that didn't require 3D glasses. That company sued them as well. Did anything ever come of that? Do you know?
I don't know specifics what came out of it. I assumed it fizzled out or they settled. They found some kind of, because what do you hear about it now? Exactly. Or unless it's still in process, like it's still going on. I don't know.
Nintendo steals victory in 3DS tech lawsuit. Boom. So never mind.
There it is. the accessory maker here is actually Game Vice. They're the ones suing Nintendo over this Switch stuff going on. Here's the quote real quick to get to that. According to the suit, the Switch and its removable Joy-Con controllers are too close to Game Vice's vision of a combination of the detachable game controller and a device with a flexible bridge section. And not surprisingly, the lawsuit calls for both damages and a ban on all Switch sales. Good fucking luck.
Good luck. Wow.
Yeah, they're going for broke.
You know what? Sometimes with a lawsuit, it's like selling a house. You got to aim big. And then you settle for a lot less. You know what I mean? So like that last part of the ban on that's just aiming really big. It's like having a $250,000 house and trying to sell it for $1 million. You're really looking for $250,000, but like we're gonna price it at $1 million. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, this is the most active chat we've ever had. It's hard to keep up. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Thank you guys so much for stopping by again. Love it. But yeah, it's like we said, it's highly doubtful they're going to be successful in this. They may have jumped a little too high, in my opinion. I mean, maybe to just stop all production on the Switch sales. That's asinine. It's to see how insanely popular the Switch sales do and how fast they go. I mean,
no, that's not going to happen. You know that. We both know that. That's never going to happen. A ban on all Switch sales.
Good luck to you, fucking Game Vice, with that.
Yeah, damn Game Vice. Like, I mean, as I said, like I really think they're just aiming high so that way they get the low.
Yeah.
In the end, they get something, and I think that's what they're looking for. And it's probably
some
their lawyer.
Case scenario, basically.
That's probably their lawyer. Like, we're gonna sue this, and this. And we're gonna put this factor in here, and this. Now you're not gonna win everything, but your original statement, you might actually get some money out of. Huh.
I would like to think they're smart enough to hire a lawyer that doesn't have sounds like that in court.
You know what? Like, you don't tell me what to do. I tell me what to do. I'm a lawyer.
Tony Danza over here from Angels in the Outfield. That's what it sounds like. Sonic Mania just came out yesterday, Tannen. People were hyped. I have seen a lot of reviews in this, a lot of Let's Plays and stuff. Looks amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands on this. Thing is, if you got it yesterday, like, shout out to my buddy Crooked from at Killsteel Gaming. he was going to do a Twitch stream of it. He's on West Coast time, Tannen, so he got it over there around like, I don't know, 9 or 10ish. Pops it in his system, goes to play it. He can't play it till 12 a.m. Pacific time over there, so that he was super pissed. I mean, yeah, he still got to play. I'm sure he's playing it by now, but is that
we
what it's
talked
come
about it
to?
offline. Like, could he have installed it though, and then reset his system to be like earlier and claim that he was on the East Coast or something? Can you do that?
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't talk about that too much. They'll fucking hunt us down and shut down our. Tannen.
Is it illegal to say you're not where you are?
Fuck it. Fuck. Come try to shut down my PS4. It freezes all the time anyway, so whatever. I play my Wii U more than my PS4, so shut it down by all
means. Look, motherfucker, I'm on the moon. Like, what kind of time thing you got for that? How's that sound? But I'm gonna get out of the cheesy lawyer mode. I'm sorry.
No, I kind of want him to stick around. No, I'm just saying the collector's edition, man. They got, and he did praise like what because he went all in on this. He's a huge Sonic fan. He got like a 2-foot, and no lie, it's like a 2-foot fucking Sonic statue. Which, of course, because it's just the kind of person he is. I love him. But he's like, well, I have to get batteries for it. That's kind of bullshit. Well, I mean, you got a 2-foot statue, so I don't know. We love it.
You gotta get batteries for it. Like,
I can't wait to
animated. Does it like greet you?
I don't know.
Does it talk to you?
I do not know. I hope it does. But yeah, I don't know how much you've seen of Sonic Mania. A lot of people were weary of it. How could you not be weary of a fucking any Sonic game coming out post 2003? But it looks like it's as advertised completely. I mean, my God, I've wanted this game since I was 9 years old. This is like the game we've waited so long for, and a lot of care was put in. You could tell it was fans that the developers were fans at the end of the day, and the love is there. And I can't wait to get my hands on it. Tannen, thoughts on Sonic Mania? And I don't think we've talked about the little blue fucker himself. Were you a big Sonic fan, or we were more Mario guys? I know for a fact because we were Nintendo.
Yeah, growing up, I didn't have a Genesis.
Yeah.
So I mean, but I did have. I see when it came to handheld world growing up, I had a Game Gear. So yeah, I was a fucking Sonic fan on that. I loved the Sonic games on Game Gear, but and, as far as the Man in Blue goes, I mean, he has gone down through his like I think his transition to 3-dimensional was really rough. I mean, let's face it, those games aren't as good as what their 2D versions are. That's just my opinion. But I mean, I still enjoy like I would love going over to a friend's house and playing Sonic 2, especially Sonic 2, because you had your co-op missions and stuff with the tunnels, and it was just it was great. And yeah, I don't know. My thoughts on Sonic though, like, are we doing like a Sonic versus Mario opinion here, or is it just a general thought here?
I'm sorry. What was the question? I was reading the chat. My bad.
Hello, I'm up here. I was saying, like, are we just talking about our general thoughts on Sonic?
Oh no, I mean, are you excited to get your hands on Sonic Mania? It was really cool. I just wondered if you love Sonic.
It goes back to its roots, and that is what I like. I like a 2D Sonic way more than a 3D Sonic. Way more than I have ever liked a 3D Sonic game. I mean, I've played the 3D Sonic games. Definitely have given them more than enough chances, but at the end of the day, like, give me a 2D Sonic and I will love it so much.
Unpopular opinion time. Sonic 3D Blast isn't that fucking bad. You just gotta collect flickies. It's not that fucking bad. I'm not saying that to you. Another unpopular opinion time. Sonic Adventure is one of the most overrated games of all time, in my opinion. Said it. Come at me.
Ooh.
Every time I have never beaten Sonic Adventure because I never wanted to finish it because it was a frustrating mess for me.
Which 3D Blast are we talking about here?
Sega Genesis one was a good game, and I'm sick of the hate that game gets, quite frankly. You had to collect flickies. It was just different. I mean, it was fine. It was an isometric Sonic.
Okay. I'm not disagreeing with you here, but like, what, in Mario you had to collect stars? What the fuck's the difference?
You didn't. Okay, did you like Marble Madness for the NES, or did you hate that?
No, I mean, it was okay.
Do you like isometric perspective games in general?
Not really.
Well, there it is.
No, it's just, I mean, everything that was being released, like, always seemed to compete with Mario. I always felt like Mario RPG came out, and they came out with 3D Blast for the Sega Genesis. I'm going to say it like that. That did go down like that.
I see what you did there. Graphically, yes, I get that. Oh, we got to do that too. I get it.
Yeah, like, oh my god, look at the
I'm
screenshots
not
of this
saying
game.
it's my favorite Sonic game, guys, by far.
George, get the fuck on a Sonic 3D Blast game. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get him right now in the ass.
Put those flickies in there too. Fuck it.
Put flickies in there. You know that's all they're gonna be doing is collecting stuff. Oh my god, it's an RPG.
Kids love to clean up after themselves. They'll love it.
Did we do? We should have listened and just made 3D Blast a goddamn Sonic RPG game. What the fuck? Kids are gonna love this.
Was there ever a Sonic RPG game?
Not from what I recall.
Yeah, me either.
Chat.
And I'm kind of glad. Yeah, chat. Was there? I'm kind of glad if there wasn't, because I kind of hate Sonic's cast of characters when it's besides like Knuckles. After that, it's so lame. Like Amy Rose, all that shit. It's so bad.
Say, what, you got some hate on Tails, bitch?
No, I love Miles. Miles is a good chap. Yeah. Do you think you're gonna pick it up though? Sonic Mania.
Oh, this one, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. As I said, though, I'm gonna wait for it to. It's just like Crash Bandicoot. I'm gonna wait for it to come in the shop, and then I'll get it for cheap. Just that's what I do. That's how I shop for games, unless I need to play them. Like Zelda, I had to. And you know what? I have not seen one copy of Breath of the Wild in our store yet.
Wow.
Not one copy. Not even for Pawn. That's how much people love that fucking game. Like, there's people that brought in Nintendo Switches. Oh, but you're not getting my Zelda Breath of the Wild. So, like, that just goes to show, like, you know, I couldn't, you know, I couldn't wait for that game because it's not going to come in. Yeah. But yeah, that's a game that I think will come in the shop. I mean, Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, I've already sold 2 of them. So.
Oh, shout out to Miss March stopping by the chat. Thank you for coming by. Sorry, just saw you trying to scroll up. And I don't know why I'm rude, Elise. Maybe you hate Sonic 3D Blast. That's the only thing I can assume. Let's get off Sonic and
yeah, change the subject.
Sonic fanfic is terrible. I agree, Broski. It's oh god. I'd rather be a brony than fucking be a Sonic cosplayer. Tandem, what else is going on in the news this week with gaming? I mean, other than that, another dry spell a bit. At least I just haven't fucking been paying attention, which is probably the case.
I mean, you know, you can always hit up the thing. Johnny Depp is producing a new video game show. Okay, this just popped up on my shit. So we're just gonna free wing it with that. Fucking Johnny Depp will be a producer on a new show called The Secret World, or based on The Secret World. He's producing it. What's The Secret World here? Travis, enlighten me. What the hell's going on here? Why is Johnny Depp in my video games?
The Secret World of Alex Mack. You remember that show?
Yeah. Dude, you know what? He could reboot that. I'd be like, man, this is going to be a good show. Because I loved that fucking show.
That may or may not have been one of like my legit first TV crushes, besides like Winnie Cooper on the Wonder Years. It was like Alex Mack was super hot.
No, you know what? Fucking Michelle Trachtenberg on Pete and Pete when I was a kid.
Oh, good one. That was an out of left field one. It doesn't get enough play. I just think of Mr. Tasty.
Her dad was fucking Iggy Pop. I mean, you know, like, dude, she had an awesome fucking dad. You know,
I follow the popster on Twitter. I just looked. He's looking just really good, man. He does for his age. He's good looking man still. Iggy Pop is a true legend. And I know you saw this. I know you're not a wrestling fan. Glad Ric Flair is okay. He's recovered. I was a little worried about it because it's Ric fucking Flair, but
what happened to Ric Flair?
He just had an undisclosed medical thing. He was in a medically induced coma over the weekend, and he went into like a procedure yesterday, but he came out of it and he's resting peacefully now. But people were really getting a little worried. But shout out to the Nature Boy.
There's really not too much that I've seen. I watched this video of this dude that made a new machine that combined the PS4 and Xbox One together. And as I watched it, I was like, I wonder how you get past updates with that shit. But it definitely looked like it shared or saved you some shelf space there. Yeah, man. other than what we talked about, like it is dry. It
Apparently,
is dry
Broski
as
is
can be.
disliking the video because of the Sonic fanfic hate. I guess I misread his thing in the chat. He's a fan or he's trolling me. Either one of the two. I'm sorry if you like Sonic fanfic, guys. It's just not for me. I don't get it. I don't get the furry obsession. I don't get any of that shit.
Has anybody ever read any Mario fanfic? Is any of that any good?
The only Mario fanfic I've ever really gave a shit about it, if we talked about it on here, we'd probably get shut down because it's NSFW. Totally. Zero Suit Samus. She's flexible. Tannen, we gave each other games of the week on our last episode. The problem is I never brought you either fucking copy to play. I gave you Punch Out for the Wii.
But hey, you gave me Punch Out on the Wii, but guess what? Yeah. One thing I do have is a mint copy. This is one thing that Karen brought back from her mother's. A mint, I mean mint fucking cartridge. Like, perfect in every way of Mike Tyson's Punch Out on the NES. So I did, in a way, acquire a copy of Punch Out this week.
Nice. Was Punch Out for NES as addicting for you as like every other kid in the world when we were kids?
Oh yeah, I loved the shit out of that game. And you know what? I was the weird one though that liked to use the power pad, like the arcade pad. I like to use the power pad on that game over the controller.
I just never had it. I only ever had the controllers, but I probably would have picked the controllers either way.
No, you wouldn't have gone arcade style. I don't know. It felt better, easier for me to do it that way when I was little. I don't know why.
It still blows my mind that I never found out there was a sequel to Punch Out on NES till I was like in my 20s. It was like Power Punch 2, where it was like in space and you are Mike Tyson. They just couldn't call it Mike Tyson because he didn't agree to his likeness for the sequel. But it's it's something. It's something to behold. I don't know if you've ever played the sequel.
I've never played it, but I knew about it. And to tell you the truth, I really want to play it badly.
Just set the bar low. That's all I'm going to say. And then, of course, Super Punch Out was, I mean, it blew our minds, probably, both of us, when we were
kids. Yeah, Super Punch Out was freaking awesome, man. I had a copy of that.
That was one of the first times where it ever felt like having an arcade, even though I never played in an arcade or anything, arcade-type experience at home, because the graphics were that good and just vibrant at the time in that era.
But anyway, though, huh?
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, well, we got to skip over that anyway, though, because Wii Punch Out, I obviously did not play. Yeah. And your game of the week, we gotta skip.
We'll give it next week, guys. Give us some next week, and we'll get those under our belt. To get a little serious, real quick, though, we do want to give a little condolences and thoughts are with the victims. Everything. Charlottesville, which is very close to where we live. Tannen's actually been there. It's a shitty situation. We're totally not going to get into sides and that kind of political shit, but just want to give our thoughts, and it sucks. People just can't get the fuck along,
Yeah. Also, no, I'm going to say it like this: if you're a fucking Nazi, don't listen to our show.
Yeah.
I don't want to entertain you if you're a fucking Nazi. If you're a fucking, just don't. I'm going to leave it at that. Which brings us to segue in. Travis, our games of the week. I want to know what your favorite game featuring killing Nazis is.
My favorite game ever featuring killing Nazis, besides like Wolfenstein, which is it's the OG of doing that. Medal of Honor is a good one. I don't know. I feel like every time I'm killing Nazis, it's in like a shooter, in a World War II shooter. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like Nazi killing experiences outside of that. I don't know. I'd stick with the tried and true classic Wolfenstein, I guess, or Call of Duty or something. I don't know. Anytime killing Nazis is a good game for me. So
yeah, it's just like, man, like, oh, that's the theme. Like, I don't have a problem doing this.
Although I'm glad they pulled back like the genre of killing Nazis more than they have zombies, because in my opinion, like killing zombies has totally jumped the shark. Yeah, it's fun to do still. It's just sometimes it's like another one.
I think now we're gonna get a new wave of killing Nazi games. Now I think we're getting out of the zombie era and we're gonna go back to the Nazi era. That's what I think. And why not? Why not? I mean, even Far Cry 5, which will be coming out soon, doesn't that feature a religious cult? And aren't there supposed to be Klansmen and shit in that? Like, I don't have a problem killing that either.
I guess my mentality when I go into gaming, I've always looked at gaming as an escape from reality. So I would much rather somebody just like smoke a joint and sit on his couch and make up some fictional monster in a game for me to fight than a Nazi. Because usually I'm trying to escape conversations about political shit, about Nazis or any of that. I just need an escape from realities. But if I gotta kill a Nazi, I'll do it with a smile on my face in a game. Trust me.
Yeah, if you got to do it, you got to do it. There's been a few games though out there though that are like aren't first person shooters. That, you know what? That's a good question for the week. Anybody in chat know of any escape from Nazis, killing Nazi games? You know what? Outside of killing Nazis, which you can still kill Nazis in this game, The Great Escape is a good game.
Oh, yeah.
A very good game.
There's a good one.
I mean, the whole point's to escape the camp and be very stealth. And it's very based off of the movie, and I love the fucking movie. And the thing is, if you ever read the book, it definitely they candy coated it a lot for the movie. The book is a lot more brutal.
Tannen, our buddy Scott, who has given us so many bad games of the week, is actually in the chat. Finally, I have never seen him in a chat. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. It's good to have you here. And Broski wants a new Left 4 Dead game. Thoughts, Tannen?
Yes, I will agree with that. I want a Left 4 Dead game too. I've been waiting for that since PS4. Come on.
Megan Starr also agrees she needs a new Left 4 Dead. And Kelly Moon, our buddy Kelly, who's been on the show, has said that he never beat Tyson. Truth be told.
Wow.
You're not alone. A lot of people never did.
It's one of the hardest bosses. A lot of people have never beat Tyson, but when you do, you're going to cry.
It's up there with orgasms when you do. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a blissful moment. Man, so many friends putting a smile on my face on Empire stream today, and loving this feedback. But yeah, what about you? What do you think is the best game to feature killing Nazis besides like The Great Escape, like you just said, or
since our worst game suggestion could be made too. I want to hear the worst one.
The worst game featuring killing Nazis?
Yeah. Like the shittiest game. Their heart was in the right place, but boy, did it suck playing it.
Has I don't know. Has the first Medal of Honor aged that well, really? Like going back?
Oh no, I love that game, dude. It's great, dude. The music's fucking awesome. Hello, Lieutenant Patterson. We've accepted you for our mission. It starts out, you're like going through a slideshow. The game's fucking awesome.
Well.
Then you're on a U-boat, and they're like, show me your papers. And you have to make sure you flash your papers and not your gun, because if you do, you can try to get away, but...
Yeah. Man. on our top 3 most patriotic games, I feel like the whole list on the viewers was Medal of Honor. It was like, well, for 3, it's Medal of Honor 2, and number 1... Yeah, it was... I got my fill of Medal of Honor on that episode.
Yeah, most definitely.
I can't really think of a bad game featuring killing Nazis, because usually they're not... Like, maybe a Call of Duty wasn't as good as the last one or something, but usually those games are pretty standard.
I'm talking about, like, some kind of a clunky game. The game's clunky. It never worked right. Like, I'm about to see... Oh, my God! Like, one of those
I think there was a part with Nazis and Duke Nukem Time to Kill, and that game's a broken shit fest. So does that count?
I'll count it.
Okay. But if I'm wrong, I'm going to look dumb. That. I'm just saying. There might not be... But I'm pretty sure there was a part with Nazis in it. Because of the time gimmick.
There was a time machine game, and you started out at Antietam, and like you were like lost in time, like you're from the future
for some reason.
Huh?
I was going to say Day of the
You're from the future, and I'll admit that this game was better than what the History Channel's game of Antietam Battlefield was. That game sucked.
You're talking about Custer's Revenge? No, I'm just kidding.
No. I'm talking about like there was like a History Channel Civil War game. And like you ran through Sharpsburg and all this stuff, but it was terrible.
Is that for like PC back in the day or something?
It was for PS2.
Oh, for PS2.
And Xbox 360. They made a copy of that for that too. But I had strictly just bought it to play the Battle of Antietam, and I figured it would be like, oh, it's History Channel, it should be really historically accurate. They didn't have. Oh, by the way, folks, Travis and I like have lived our entire lives like 5 minutes from the battlefield.
Yeah, we're totally we're totally like every time someone out of town comes around here, like, whoa, the Antietam battlefield, we're totally nullified to it. Like, yeah, it's a fucking field. People died on it.
Yeah, people died on it. Oh yeah, we went here, like our school made us go here like 4 times like a year, and our parents took us here just to run around. Um,
Pretty much, and I know that sounds awful because of the history behind it, but you got to imagine growing up beside the Washington Monument or something,
yeah,
and
just imagine that being your backyard. Like you're not that blown away by it. I'm sure some of you have landmarks that are near you that Travis and I would be like, "Oh my god!" But
I mean, speak of the devil, our buddy in the chat right now, Broski, he lives in Montreal. If I would go to Montreal right now, because I've never been to Canada, I would walk around for 5 minutes just like, whoa, whoa, and he'd probably be like, dude, what the fuck? So yeah, I get it.
Exactly. But anyway, though, so I got this game to play it, and like it was totally terrible. Like there was no Dunkirk church, there was no nothing, and I mean the town of Sharpsburg was nothing but these really dull-looking gray houses, and I'm like, this is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, a couple years later, this time machine game came out, and you're this dude, like you wake up in the Civil War, but like you were from the future. That's the whole point of the intro. And you wake up and like this thing on your wrist goes off, and like it's like, finally we found you in the time thing. Like you need to grab these Union clothes and like this machine gun from this barn, and you run out into this cornfield and you just start like mowing down Confederate soldiers with this fucking machine gun. Dunkirk Church is in the background. I mean, it looks fucking beautiful for what.
Well, don't tell anybody you played that, or you might get run over with a car.
Right? The game itself was fucking awesome, but I mean, the game itself, the rest of the game sucked. But the representation, I'm saying, of Antietam Battlefield was awesome. It like really accurate compared to the History Channel's version of what went down there, and it just always made me laugh putting the two together because I was like, wow, this is so much better than, even though I have a fucking machine gun from the future.
Well, it's like when they filmed that Civil War movie a couple years ago with Jeff Daniels, and like they all came here, they filmed it here where we live, and like it was just like weird seeing Ted Turner and Jeff Daniels, like they went to
Generals, that's what that was called.
Yep, Gods and Generals. They filmed that here, and they went to the bar where my mom is like the general manager at, and like Ted Turner went in there with Jeff Daniels, and apparently Ted Turner is a shitty tipper, according to my mother.
Oh, so, good fact. Actually, also, here's another good fact. I went to the movie theater at the mall, and we were in line, and there was this dude that was trying to stand in line, obviously trying to act normal, and somebody was like, "Oh my God, it's Jeff Daniels!" And he left the movie theater. Like, I saw that go down. I'm sure he was just like, dude, like, there's nothing much to do in this town. Let's just go to a fucking movie. He was like, oh, God damn it.
You guys gotta imagine in like let's say it flat out, the area we grew up in is a bit rural, on the bit rural side, but it's kind of blown up over the years. But when someone like Jeff Daniels comes here, it may as well be like Jesus Christ walked through Jerusalem back in the day. It was like that.
No. Here's the thing. When somebody said that, people started quoting Dumb and Dumber at him.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Like giving him shout. He's just standing there, and then like he was with a woman. I'm assuming his wife, could have been his daughter for all I know. But they just left. They left the movie theater. Like
now I'm gonna go like buy a pack of smokes later, and someone's gonna like recognize me sheets and be like, Sonic 3D Blast sucks. That's all they're gonna say. They're just gonna fucking leave.
I love Sonic fanfic, you fuck.
I love Sonic fanfic, you piece of shit. Yeah. Tana, that's all we got. But like you said, it's what an episode. Thank you guys once again so much. Too many of you to name, but all you guys stop by the chat.
In, guys.
Thank you guys so much. We will be back to our original form next time on the Reset Button Coast Side of the City. But until then, Tana, where can everyone check you out and all that good shit?
You can check me out at O'Tannen's Bum at Twitter. I'll be getting on there soon again. I took a vacation from it. Also, Tan and Paul on Facebook. If you want to say hello there, I'm on there. What about you, Travis?
You can, as always, follow me on Twitter at @TMD and hit that like and subscribe right here on the TMD on YouTube. I don't have slam pigs right now going on, so I'm used to like plugging 18 more things, but that's it. That's all I got. And who knows what's going on in the future? So something will go down. Something will happen.
Travis, I have to tell you about the future. Sorry.
Until then, for me, for Tannen, thank you guys again. This is the Reset Button Live. Let's hit it.